So step 2 in the 7-step process is placing your conversion pixels in your custom audiences. You've got to do this before you can run your ads. So let's talk about the difference here. So conversion tracking pixels are used for tracking and optimization, basically. Optimization, you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? Well, this is where Facebook gets pretty ninja. When you start to use campaign objectives like website conversions, you can now not only track your conversions with Facebook's tracking pixels, but you can tell Facebook to optimize your campaigns based on those people that are converting into your funnel. So not only will, like, let's say you choose Ali Brown or Fabian Fredrickson or Frank Kern as your target audience or Tony Robbins as your target audience, not only will you be targeting people that like Tony Robbins or Frank Kern, but as you start to generate more conversions, it'll start to try to get people that have similar likes, interests, and behaviors as those people that are converting. It's crazy, but it's just what happens. And so it will continue to optimize your campaigns for that based on that conversion. And the more data, the better. So the you might have 100 customers compared to 2,000 people on your 2,000 leads. Typically, even though you'd think you'd want to optimize based on customers, the 2,000 leads is probably going to be a better kind of pixel to optimize based on. So just the one thing to understand with all this is the more data they have, the better. Why do they call it a pixel? I don't know why. To confuse you. Basically, what it is it's a snippet of code. Okay, the conversion tracking pixel, the custom audience pixel, think about it as a tracking code like Google Analytics. It's the same thing. Okay, that's really what it is, but Facebook likes to call it pixels. So custom audiences now are used for mainly retargeting, okay, and excluding specific pages visited and certain audiences. So let's say you want to exclude people that have already converted. So you would exclude your leads, either people that have landed on your thank you page, or maybe you upload your list of leads and you want to exclude those. So you use custom audiences to exclude those lists. And then, of course, when we talk about Facebook retargeting, what you're really doing is it's just a custom audience. So let's say I want to target somebody that has been to my website. Then I just select that custom audience in the targeting, then what I do is I just select that custom audience, which I will show you in an upcoming video on target audience research. So you're not like, it's a little bit different than you're thinking. It's actually simpler. If you want to retarget people, all you do is just, instead of choosing Tony Robbins as your interest, you choose your website visitors, right? And or your leads. It's just an audience. It's a custom audience instead of an interest audience. So it's actually simpler than it seems when you see it inside the ads manager. All right, so conversion pixels are, like I said, used for tracking and optimization, okay? And you create your conversion pixels under the tools section in the ads manager. So right now, by the way, this next month, this could definitely change. They seem to change this stuff every few months. So you click on pixels. Okay, that's how you find that. And let's say you want to create a new pixel. Then what you do, a new window pops open like this. And right now you have these choices, either a checkout, registration, lead, key page view, add to cart, or other website conversions. Why would you use a key page view? Well, a lot of cases you're not going to be using that, but however, maybe you're not generating a lot of leads yet. You don't have much data. Well, you can create a key page view on your landing page. And that way Facebook's gathering data, and you can it'll help you. If you're not getting enough leads to optimize based on, you can optimize based on kind of key page views. So just the more data you can give Facebook, the better, okay? You can create lookalike audiences based off those if your volume of leads is super low. So after you select, you say you want to track leads, and then you just name it, and that little space down there is where you name your pixel. So then what happens is they give you this little instructional pixel code, and you just copy that pixel, and then you place it between the head and basically in the head of the website that you want to track conversion. So if you're trying to track how many people register for a webinar, where are you going to put this code? You're not going to put it on the webinar registration page, right? Because that would be tracking every visitor. You want to put that code on the page they land on after they register. So the only people that they track are people that actually opted in, right? So let's look at it right here. So if you are using Unbounce inside the editor, they have a little JavaScript section at the bottom of the editor, and you just click on that and you click Add New JavaScript. And it's the same place that you're going to put Google Analytics or any kind of heat map software you're using or anything like that. That's where you're going to put this code. So you click Add New JavaScript, and then in Unbounce, what you're going to do is you just title it 5 steps bedtime story opt-ins, and then you want to make sure it goes into the head of that page, and then you just paste the code, hit done, boom, voila. All right, I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you're using lead pages or any other type of builder, you just put it right in the in lead pages. They have lead page options. It's kind of like where you put your SEO, your stuff like that, your page title and description. You put your tracking code in the head, and it's this, like I said, it's the same place you're going to put your Google Analytics. If you're using like a WordPress page, you might have a plugin for this. You could put it in if you don't have if you don't have a plugin or anything like that, you can actually put it right in the page editor in the body of the post itself. Sometimes it won't fire as fast if you do that, but if you don't know where else to put it and you can't like get into the code, just put it in the body of the editor. Just make sure you're in the HTML and not the main editor. So. Or if you don't know how to do it and you don't have a developer, go to Fiverr. $5, somebody will do this for you. So you're online in your editor, and let's say you're using Unbounce. So here's your page, and let's say I want to track conversions of people who opt into the 5 steps to the ultimate bedtime story. Now, here's the JavaScript down here, but I don't want to add it onto this page because this is the page that they're on, right? I want to add it to, let's say you have a separate page that's a thank you page, then you would add it to that page. In this case, what he's doing, he's got a form confirmation dialog, so it's got like the second page right here. So this is the actual thank you page. This is where you're going to put that. So let's go like right here, and let's name it 5 steps opt-ins. Okay. And then we're going to do this, and we're going to change that to head. Okay, so that's where we're going to put it. Let's go to Facebook, and let's go to Tools, and let's go to Pixels, Custom Audience Pixels, Conversion Tracking Pixels. Let's go to Conversion Tracking Pixels, and let's create a pixel. And this is how I would do it. I'd say I want to do leads, and I want to call it 5 steps opt-ins. Okay, we're not going to do it. We're going to cancel it. But let's just say I want to, you can always look at your code down here. And now I just click it once, and it will typically highlight the whole thing. I'll hit Command-C, or you can right-click copy, or Control-C if you're using a desktop computer. Not a desktop computer, but a PC. Command-C if it's a Mac. Let's go back over here. And I'm going to paste that pixel right here. Boom. And I hit Done. And there it is. So let's see under my JavaScripts, it's 5 steps opt-in. Let's go ahead and save changes. And now we are tracking conversions, okay, with that account. So basically, that's how you do it. So if you're in lead pages, whatever you're using, there's going to be a section where you can add a code to the head for tracking. It's just the same, like I said, it's the same place for Google Analytics. So, all right, so this is actually came from a couple of resource from my account manager, and this is important. You want to be using Facebook and third-party tracking. Notice the overlay here. So you're using the Facebook pixel for to track conversions. It's going to show you down to the ad level, the ad set level. It's going to show you, how your different audiences are working, the different demographics, et cetera, et cetera. It's cross-device capable, which means you can target somebody initially on a mobile, and they might eventually convert when they're on their desktop computer. Facebook will still track that because it's using their login. It's not cookie-based. It's not based on their browser, which is pretty cool. However, there's always going to be issues. There's always going to be stuff that it just gets messed up. So you want to be using another third party, either Google Analytics or something like Improvely or Wicked Reports, or lots of different sources out there that you can use. Kissmetrics is another one. They're fairly expensive, so is Wicked, but they're great resources that you can use to track these. Or maybe you're using Infusionsoft and you can just set up referral tracking links. Okay, and so you're using a referral tracking link, so you have both to be kind of checking on. So basically, what this gives you is some redundancy. And so typically, though, they're going to be usually around like 15 to 25% off, maybe 10 to 20%, sometimes 25% difference. If it's more than that, then you got a problem. Okay. So, and Facebook recommends using conversion, basically website conversion. So when they say we recommend the optimized for conversion bidding option, that's website conversions. That's what it's called, and it's one of your campaign objectives. So in a study that they did with 6 e-commerce clients, they had a 40% lower cost per conversion on average compared to just bidding CPC using the same budgets. So when you're using the website conversions objective and you're bidding with and Ralph goes through this in the bidding video, but you can when you're manually bidding based on, and you're optimizing it based on conversions, then you will get better results eventually. So just one thing to think about when you're doing your content amplification, you're typically going to use either clicks to website as your objective, or you're going to use page post engagement, which is what Facebook automatically uses when you boost a post, which I'll show you in more videos. But this is just to kind of help you realize that it does get smarter and smarter and smarter over time. All right, custom audiences. So custom audiences are used for retargeting and excluding specific pages visited and excluding any audience. So maybe you've got an email list you've uploaded, you want to exclude those leads or those customers, and you're going to create your audience inside your account. You're going to have a little drop down where it says audiences, and then you're going to click on custom audience, lookalike audience, saved audience, and create your new audience. Once you do that, let's say you want to create a custom audience on the bottom right image there, then you can upload a customer list, or you can create a website custom audience. Okay, this is important. Only one custom audience pixel per ad account. So how do you distinguish between the different pixels then? Basically, you just put in your website URL, and Facebook will distinguish those. So you have one pixel, one code that you put site-wide. Same thing when you put Google Analytics code on your site. You're going to put it in the head. Typically, your theme will have a setting, and you'll put it there. If you're using a landing page builder like Unbounce, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, you can put it in the head on each page that you create. Okay, so there's 4 types of custom audiences. Okay, email or phone list, a website custom audience, which is visitors, a video view custom audience. So Facebook will now track anytime anybody watches at least 10 seconds of your video, they are now being added to that invisible list, right? So you can create invisible lists, audiences that you can remarket to, of people who just watch your videos in the newsfeed, even if they don't click through or click off of Facebook at all. Super powerful. Okay, you can also create custom audiences based on app activity. So here is how you create a website custom audience. So notice how if I want to track people that have opted in for my Facebook checklist, I can put the URL of dominatewebmedia.com/checklist thank you if that's the page that they land on after they opt in. Okay, so that as long as I've got my code site-wide, which I do, then Facebook will track that just by me putting in the URL inside the website custom audience builder. So it's pretty cool. And you can select anywhere from 1 to 180 days. So I can put 30 days, and now if I want to target anybody that's been to that page in the last 30 days, I can do that. I just add that audience in my targeting when I'm creating my ad. So Now let's go online real quick before we hit lookalike audiences and show you how to do it. So let's go over to custom audience pixel now, and we're going to create audience. So let's say I want to create a website custom audience. Then I just click on people. If I want to go site wide, I would just put that, and I might put in my, let's say DWM site wide, and then I would put in this code, or I would just put the domain. So I might put John Maxwell, or I might put Dominate Web Media, whatever, right? But if I want to go to specific pages, I'm going to select that drop down, and then I might put, Dominate Web Media / thank you, right? And then I can change this to 180 days if I want. There we go. So I definitely, when you first do this, use 180 because this is going to be the larger list. Okay. Now include past website traffic. What does that mean? So does that mean if I put this code on my site and I start, creating my custom audiences, is it going to track website visitors from last year? No. This will track as far back as when you put the code on your site. So this is why what you want to do right now, if you've got a blog, if you've got any landing pages, you want to get this code on your site, even if you don't create any unique website custom audiences. So if I have this site wide, and let's say like 3 months from now, I create a new page, dominatewebmedia.com / awesome webinar, then, or let's say I have a blog post that it's been on my site for a while, and I want to start segmenting the visitors that hit, this one article that ended up being really, people liked a lot. So what I can do is I can create this one. Let's say it's dominatewebmedia.com / 9-step, or let's say a 9-step process, which is a blog that I've got. So I can't remember the URL. Let's just say it's called 9 steps something. Then, what they'll do is they'll go back to as long as that code was on my site. So let's say there's been 500 visitors to this page since this code was on here. Then that list will update tomorrow to 500. So let's say I put my code on there now, site wide. 3 months from now, I get 500 visitors on this page. And then I create this audience 3 months from now, that'll update like within a couple hours to 500 visitors. So that's how that works. So you can always create new unique audiences as part of your site down the road. So you want to get that code on now. So that's how that works. All right, so lookalike audiences are the holy grail. This is so powerful. There's 3 types of lookalike audiences, okay, or LAs we call them: custom audience, conversion tracking pixel, or Facebook page fans. So what I can do is, if you look over here, I can create a lookalike audience. And by the way, they are using over 2,000 data points. Okay. So if you've got a list that you've uploaded, you can now say, I want you to create a lookalike audience based on those similar likes, interests, and behaviors as your list or your customers or your conversion tracking pixel. If you've got conversions coming in, you can create a lookalike based on those conversions coming in, and the lookalike audience will be updating every day, just like your list is getting bigger every day. Your lookalike audience will continue to update. It's super powerful. Okay, and in the targeting videos, I'm going to show you how you can do things like overlay targeting. You can target people that like Tony Robbins, but also are part of your lookalike audience. Or once you start to generate a lot of conversions, you can literally target only your lookalike audiences and not even worry about interest targeting if you have, you start to get into the thousands of conversions, because Facebook gets really, really smart. It's powerful. So let me show you how to do this. So if I go in here, let's say I want to create an audience. This time, let's say, let's go here. Audiences. Okay, so now we're over here in the main audiences section. So we're going to create a lookalike audience. Okay, so let's choose. It's not loading very good here. There we go. So I can choose any Facebook page that I have admin access to, which is quite a few. This is all any Facebook pages, website conversion pixels, custom audience, and look at all these. See, I can do purchasers here. And boom. United States. So now they are going to create a lookalike audience in the US, 1.9 million people large, with similar likes, interests, and behaviors as people who bought this program, which is an expensive program. It's like a $3,000 program, by the way. Create audience, and now we have an audience that we can target with our ads. We can overlay it. Like I said, we can target somebody that likes Frank Kern and also is in this, part of this 1.9 million. Or I can go a little bit bigger. I can go to 3.8. Okay. 3.8, they would call that a 2% lookalike. Okay, at the lowest end, if you're 1.9 million, if you're in a different country, it's going to be a smaller number. But this is a 1%. This would be a 2%. This would be a 3%, and it goes all the way up to 10%. The higher you go, the broader it is, right? Obviously. So we always start with a lower number typically and work our way up. So that's how that works. And you can see the screenshot there. Lookalike audiences are great for finding new audiences. Like I said, eventually you can, just target only lookalike audiences. It helps you turn broad audiences into more laser target audiences. And that's what we do by layering. Say I want to target, small business owners. Let's say small business owners is, maybe it's a 50 million people or something like that, right? I can target small business owners, but also who are inside my lookalike audience. So I might take a 50 million audience and turn it down to like 200,000 because it's layered. So, and this is an exact example of what I mean. This is where I'm targeting people that are small business owners, okay, and also part of my lookalike audience. And notice my reach, 690,000 instead of like, it's a huge number, small business owners in using the behavior category. It's like 20, 30 million. So it makes it way better. Now we're in that sweet spot of between 400K to $1 million. So, and you can use lookalike audience just really to optimize your campaigns. And this is how you do it. You're really optimizing your campaigns by turning broader audiences into more narrow laser targeted audiences. All right. And we just created those on the fly, so we don't need to do this. And I hope that was really helpful. Go out there and start creating your audiences. At least get that pixel on your site so it's starting to track. All right. Talk to you soon. See you on the next video.